I have to make a checklist. I'm sure I forgot something today. I say that every time. And hello, by the way, I'm Scott. Hi. Okay, loosen up a little bit. Probably should do this before starting the stream. Okay, hello there. I closed the bathroom door. Check. Paused Dropbox. Paused Backblaze. Closed that laptop. Fixed the camera settings, although they look a little blown out, but look how white my teeth look. So maybe we'll just leave that. Maybe we'll just leave that as is. Oh, right. Come up with a plan of what to do on the stream. That's maybe... that's maybe the problem. No, what we're going to do today is just clean up. It's going to be boring. It's going to be a boring stream. But this whole time that we've been working on this Twitch extension, I keep doing things that are a hideous mess. And I say like, oh, we'll fix that later. Well, maybe it's later. Maybe later is now. Right? Is that possible? So also I'm trying something different where I've got, ooh, a fancy bot. Do I need a fancy bot? I don't know about all these bots. I have a bot. I need to just tell my bot what to do. Hello, life is yours. Welcome. I got to set all this stuff up. I need to get it where it like notifies me when people join. I need to be a good Twitch broadcaster and have all these fancy things, but not today. We're not going to do it today. We are going to be boring. We're going to be boring and we're going to do just tidying stuff up is the plan for this very day. I don't know if Moobot notifies Discord. It seems like it does every possible thing. I just went in there and pushed a bunch of buttons. Features, push buttons. Do I need like 7 different kinds of bots? I'm gonna write my own overlays, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll write my own bot at some point. I don't know. I don't know. Today's not the day. Today is the day to tidy things up. I also added this, look at this fancy thing over here. What did I do? This goes here. That is this monitor, and it doesn't fit at all. Trying something a little different today. I have another display over here. Also, still have the display over here. It's all very exciting. Muxie's only for the Discord notifications. I don't know about this. I don't know about any of this. Okay, so what do we want to do? We have all this stuff that's just kind of lumped together, and this is like this untidy blob. Where is me? Hello, me? There's me. Yeah. All this stuff. Man, I wish this wasn't here. I don't like that you do that, Adobe. Okay, so, you know, we've been kind of cramming everything together. I want to break this up. I want to start pushing some stuff to GitHub. I think I decided that we're going to like just host the front end on GitHub now. I know that GitHub changed how some of that stuff works. I don't think you need a GH Pages branch or anything more like that. I think you can just host directly from master now. Is that true? Because then we'll get a URL. That'll be fine. We can add our own later. We get HTTPS for free. What a bargain. I think there's ways I can trick, like get fake HTTPS with Cloudflare, CloudFront, whichever one I use. One of those things. Cloudflare, I think, is the one I use. How do you do it? Is it from master? That's where I just was. Cool. I don't need all this. Just tell me that... You're killing me. Just tell me what the repository needs to be. Yeah, great. I don't even want Jekyll. I don't. I just want... I think you can just make a branch your whatever you want now. Like, you used to have a separate branch called GH Pages. I don't think you have to do it anymore. Yeah, you can just flip it on. Okay, piece of cake. Yeah, so I think I like this idea. So we'll host all of the front end stuff on GitHub Pages, including the stuff that will eventually be hosted by Twitch, and that should make that easier. So we'll break apart what's part of the back end, part of the front end, all that stuff. Because right now it's like all in here. We just have this nightmare blob that does not feel good. So we got to think a little bit about how to do some of these things. We want like, this is the EBS, extension backend service. And then we'll have like the heat. That's kind of like the Twitch front end for it. This will be our heat viewer. That was where we were doing like our playground rendery blobby stuff. I don't know. And then we have one more that is just sitting on my desktop. The stuff we started yesterday. Oh, that's a lot of files. Why is it so many files? Why are there 5,000 files in this Unity project? I don't even think it's a... That seems outrageous. It's all the packages and stuff. Okay, those I think will be the 4 main repositories, I think. So again, that is EBS, which is the backend server. Twitch will be the assets that will actually live on Twitch, right? And Unity will be the viewer dude. So that's a start to make this less horrible. Is this whole stream gonna just be messing around and Explorer? That sounds boring. I should probably put up something more exciting than that, right? What will that thing be? I don't know the answer right now. Maybe Visual Studio. That seems like a thing, right? Okay, so here's what we want to do. I, for some reason, prefer Visual Studio on that side of my screen. I don't know why. Okay, so Twitch. This is the stuff that actually needs to go to Twitch. So right now, that's here. And I think we really just want these things. Maybe a copy of this. Are we actually using jQuery? I think we are. So let's grab a few of these things. Where am I going? This is all going to Twitch. The guitar and all that stuff really shouldn't be there. Oh, that's a whole nother thing, right? Should that be part of our front end viewer? I don't know. We just need different directories in that, I think. Okay, so that means we've reduced, hopefully down to like stuff that is actually just required. Can I really not do this? I hate it. I hate that you can't do it. Can you do it here? Open with code, open the whole folder. Okay, that's a little better. Man, it drives me crazy. You can't just drag a directory down there, downstairs. Okie dokie. So that's the config panel. All it does right now is a whole bunch of nothing, actually. I'm not going to actually do any configuration in there. This is the live config, so this is what shows up to the broadcaster. And this is where we get our clear button, which would be great to have a real path here, but I'm not worried about that right this minute. That's where the back end lives. Yeah. And what is this? We don't even need this, actually. Like, this should not really be here. This should really be some other part of the viewer. Get out here for a minute. Or like, that's gonna probably just redirect us somewhere. And then viewer is, this is our orbs example. So we'll start breaking these up just into, did that actually move? Yeah. The orbs example, which is where we could click all over and have orbs, which should be working actually. Let me turn this stuff on. His orbs working? I think it should still be. Yeah, okay. We can draw orbs. Good to know. Comforting. Comforting to know that. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to just throw up the video with the big clicky thing, but not many people can click yet, so like, whatever. Man, this is going to be the most boring stream of all time. Maybe it'll only be boring for like half an hour or so, because once we get a little tidier, it won't be so bad. Okay, so this is really the stuff we need for the front end. That's all. And we don't really want all this stuff like the guitar and everything and the bars and the sprites. Really, that doesn't go here. We kind of just want to get rid of public, actually. All this stuff should really be also part of orbs. It's all part of the job, being boring. I don't really have to be boring on stream, but it's such a good, I don't know, I've gotten in this mindset that like, well, being on stream sort of forces me to just sit down and focus and practice talking and all of those things. So like, we'll just consider it. I guess we'll consider it part of the job for the moment. Okay, so basically what we've said is that for the EBS, I want to open more editors. Can I do that in one place? I feel like this is going to make me have a new Twitch window. Like, can I add a new... Add folder to workspace? Maybe I can do that. That'd be kind of cool. If we could add all... Focus. I'm focusing. I'm super focused. I'm not going to get distracted today. Probably going to get distracted. Let's put all these in heat. Let's break all of our references to everything. Each of these will be individual repositories, but we'll probably want this to actually be kind of the root of our Visual Studio, and then that maybe will make it a little easier to bump around. Yeah. Let me get all this nonsense. Maybe not the best idea, but it's the idea we're going ahead with. So I do probably want some kind of index here that just says, like, what are you doing here? And then eventually we'll make that redirect somewhere saying. Okay, so we have the extension. Are you saying I don't, man? I have like, I am capable of like laser sharp, infinitely obsessive focus, but I'm also capable of living in a cloud and not focusing at all. And I wish I had better control over that. It tends to be driven by anxiety. And when someone's paying me, it's like, all right, I'm getting paid. I have to focus. And then I can just like work infinitely hard on something. But if I'm not being paid, it's like, it's not as sharp, let's say. Okay, so we have the extension backend service. It's not going to be responsible for hosting anything, whatever. It just lives off in its own little world. It will have a Git repository. All these will be Git repositories, but they'll kind of go different places. You're the opposite. You don't do well when you get paid. Well, okay, I will say it's kind of depends on how much I'm getting paid. I know, but if I'm getting paid a lot, like this project I had in the fall paid very well, enough to like make me feel like, man, I really have to do a good job on this. And so that is why I was not streaming in the fall, because I was just working obsessively. I can definitely understand that. I feel like that was my, I don't know. That's one of the things I've struggled with most is like, there's just things I want to do and I want to make. And I just want to make the thing I want to make. And then now I'm at a point in my life where I have to think like, okay, actually you should probably, before you spend all your time on this, is it going to make you money? Is it going to be useful? Whatever. Kind of like we talked about in chat the other day. Like, what are the things I might get out of this? So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to get out of Twitch. Obviously, I'm going to be a millionaire from this extension. But aside from the millions, We could really put you up here, I guess. And then it won't be version controlled. I don't know. Often in that case, I'll have like a master repository. Like I'll have an individual heat repository, and then like these are sort of sub-modules, and then maybe documentation goes in the main heat repository, something like that. Anyway, okay, that feels good for that. So this will only live, it will live on GitHub. But not be served as a page from GitHub. So I really want to like rename. That's interesting that this doesn't show. Can I go inside Git? Config, because I'm going to change the name of some of this stuff. Like this is going to be heat EBS, and then we probably need to log into GitHub somewhere and try not to dox myself. I've already definitely shown some things on stream that I didn't really mean to show on stream. So far nothing too horrible, I don't think. And I do try to be careful with GitHub, where like for NDA secret client jobs, I don't usually put on GitHub. But maybe I will. Maybe I will now that private repositories are free. I was nervous, like I don't know. I have a long-standing dislike of Microsoft that is very deep in my soul. If you'd asked me a few years ago, I would have said that I would just hate Microsoft forever and never forgive them. But Microsoft's like doing some things now that are all right. Like under their current leadership, they're doing all right in some ways. Private repositories, yes, are now free on GitHub, which was the main reason I was using GitLab and Bitbucket. So GitHub is pretty cool now, thanks to Microsoft. It's just weird. Like, I'm using Windows right now. I don't hate every second of it. GitHub's okay. Like, what a world. No one needs an Xbox. Xbox is useless, but this Xbox controller is nice. I like this controller. It's pretty weird. What a time to be alive. It is going to drive me insane that I can't control you. Is that just because it's PowerShell? Can I like be some other thing? Is that all I have? I think I have to reinstall that Windows subsystem for Linux or whatever. I think there's a way to get Commander to be your shell here. I just haven't done it. Let's get source tree just to make sure I'm not ruining everything. Visual Studio Code has a Linux extension, like its own thing, like where it has its own little. I just want probably Bash down here, but I would prefer it if it was Commander. I think, which I think you can do. I think there's a way to make Commander the terminal that actually runs here. Still have not really found a terminal emulator that I love on Windows. Commander seems to be what people like. I tried Hyper. Like, I can just straight up have Bash in here. I could add Git Bash. I want to add, like, just Bash as a terminal automatically, but I think you have to edit config files to do that. Tabs for the terminal. Terminal here. Run in terminal. I just need to add new. I think there's a way you can do this to configure this to have it run different things. Because I have the bash that ships with Git, which I can presumably add here. I mean, I also don't really have to use that. I could just open Commander, I guess. Hey, you're distracting me again. Wait a second. I'm supposed to have laser sharp focus. Splitting apart repos. Commit. Push this. Push this. I feel like some people like to look down on me. You know, people love for using source tree or like any sort of Git interface. The Git desktop interface from GitHub is garbage and unusable, but I think source tree is pretty good. But I'm just paranoid enough about Git, especially with Unity, to like, I want to just be sure that I'm committing exactly what I mean to commit when I mean to commit. It's a sacrifice for better productivity. Well, right now, the only thing that annoys me is Command U, which normally clears a line, doesn't actually work. Command L, which clears screen, works. Command U doesn't. So it's just my muscle memory of Bash messing me up. Like I could do, what do we got here? Here's Git Bash. Look at that. Incredible. How can I do Git Bash in Visual Studio? The integrated terminal. Control-Shift-C. Oh, that didn't seem like it worked at all, did it? Do I have to be somewhere? Yes, that opens a command multiple terminals. Just Bash in there. Yeah, so this is Git Bash. Command PowerShell Git Bash, and then the whatever it is, you know, Windows Linux subsystem. Select default shell from the command palette. Oh, okay. Will this work? Look at that. Am I even in the place that I want to be? Okay, that's okay. That works. I think I would prefer this, actually. So now, how do I control backtick? Look at that. Bash. Incredible. It's like I'm a real human. Okay, now we can be productive. Now we've made it. Okay, so now we are hosting that thing. Let's go ahead and push this to Heroku? Nope. So this is going to break stuff. This is going to break... No. I think this will actually be okay. It's just that we won't actually be hosting anything there except for the stuff that Twitch explicitly required. Oh, no, we did break it. Never mind. It's broken. It's fully broken. We need to now hop into this world because this is the next thing that actually matters. In here, we care about stuff for sure. So these are all things that matter. These backend URLs are still fine because we're still using Heroku. We still have to move into AWS world later, but I'm going to think about that right now. So the next thing to do is create this repository and push everything there. Look at all my repositories. Or don't, because they're on the screen over here. I think it's okay. I don't think I have anything too secret here. I think there's one secret thing, maybe. Okay, so we want a new repo. It's called Heat Twitch. This will be weird. Can I make this private and host it? I don't know. Okay, and then okay, now we need to add some remotes. You. Uh-oh. What? What did I do wrong? Oh, I don't know that I have a Git. I probably don't have that set up for Git on the command line to push. Why are you so angry? What are you talking about? No remotes. No remotes with extended integration settings. What does that mean? I'm gonna ignore that for the time being. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, so now over here, I should have files, and I should be able to go to settings, and I don't want issues or projects. Don't data analyze me. I do want GitHub. Oh, upgrade to GitHub Pro or make this repository public to enable pages. So you can, in this case, it makes zero difference. Like, there's nothing really secretive here. Maybe I'll keep some of the backend stuff secret, but I've streamed everything. Everything has been exposed on stream. So like, okay. I did make you public. What happened? Did that not work? Make public. Go. Okay, so GitHub pages needs to just come from master. Cool. So now I have, it's not there yet. Oh, what just happened? We already have all the files. Is this just taking a moment to exist? To deploy? Because this is what we're gonna have to tell Twitch where to look for the front end files now. This might be weird to host it here, but I don't want to. I don't know. I might be abusing GitHub pages hosting, but vulnerability alerts. Look at all these fancy things. Master branch. Enforce HTTPS. That was weird. It does not auto. Doesn't that seem weird? I get a 404. It doesn't default to index HTML. That seems weird. I just had to wait for the settings to take effect. Huh. Was it because I didn't have a doc type? Is that my problem? So that was in here. I mean, it's very clearly not an HTML page, so. I mean, it's not HTML at all. So that's, I'm gonna say that's my fault. Anything about GitHub hosting? It's a handy thing. So it's just, used to be that you had to make a special branch called gh-pages and it would just automatically host from that. And you can use custom URLs and stuff, which was all cool. And then you just commit files there and they're just instantly on the internet and they're served over CDN and it's like pretty awesome. And they don't have to be fully static. It will build Jekyll sites too. So you can have dynamically built sites served by GitHub. I have a lot of web pages that are just served by GitHub. It's very convenient. Very convenient indeed. There can be some problems that I run into, but oops. Oh, that was weird. This just like made. Okay, sure. How weird. That must be just some little inbuilt nonsense. Hello. We don't have a style sheet, thanks. We don't have script, but hey. I don't think I can push from here. I got to set that up. A little bit, kind of annoying thing about Windows is like managing your SSH credentials. I don't know of a great way to do that cohesively because source tree and stuff wants PuTTY, like just an SSH agent that runs on your systray, but I don't know how to use that from here. Seems like I should be able to. Like here you would normally use SSH agent. Will that work? I'll do like a SSH add, but then I'd have to log in separately. There's probably some way to bridge it. I just don't know what it is. Okay, that's now real HTML. That now works, great. So now we need to go into Twitch and tell it to look here for our front-end files because probably Heat is super broken right now. And eventually those files won't be hosted on GitHub. Eventually those files themselves will actually be hosted by Twitch. So those are things we will want to tidy up early on, but that's why I like it having its own repository. It can be super clean. We just know exactly what's going on there. And those are files that go to Twitch. Those other repositories, the EBS one will only go to Amazon AWS and Heroku for now. And then the other two, we will probably just straight up host from GitHub because it's easy. Because there's no real reason not to. Okay, so what do we need? I need to go to Twitch. Nope, dev.twitch.tv. I hate responsive web pages. Look at this. If only there was a way to click and go to my dashboard. I have to do it in this dumb hamburger menu, but if the page was just slightly larger, by like a few pixels larger, I would be able to click this button. I could get there in one click instead of two. Oh, responsive web. I mean, it's there to solve a problem, but it also introduced a lot of problems. So asset hosting, we were hosting here. Now we want to host here. And can you have multiple types? I didn't know you could do that. I don't even know how mobile extensions work. Weird. We're just going to focus on our deal. I don't know if this will ever be a thing on mobile. That seems like that would take some special love and attention. Okay, we have config, we have live config. I kind of want to add a panel too. I didn't know we could do that. Maybe that can just be like a little instructional panel or something. Okay, so hopefully this works now. And I can just go to me and then try to go to Heat. Is it working? Kinda seems like it's not working. No, it is working. It's working. Okay, and now the important thing to do is to do this because Life is Yours loves it when we do this. Yeah. We jiggle forever. Beautiful. I should just make a video effect that does that. Okay, cool. So that's now good. So now we have the Twitch part of this is in good shape. The extension backend service currently lives on Heroku. In the future, it will have to live on AWS. I'm not looking forward to that, but hey, we'll get there. And the front end stuff is currently hosted on GitHub, but it's working. And later that will be hosted actually by Twitch. And I think you do that. I don't even know how you do it. Somehow. You have to upload assets, but where do you do that? Version assets. I guess you just make a zip file and upload a zip file. Can I delete old assets and send new assets? I kind of want to try this right now. Let's try it. There's zero instruction on how to do this, but we'll just make a zip file. Ooh, not a 7Z file. Just... How do you do that? It used to be like send to compressed folder. Yeah, that. Okay, so this is the one thing I miss a lot from macOS when I'm working on Windows is that I would be able to just drag this file here and it would change this path. Windows doesn't do that. Windows would like actually copy the file there, which I don't want to do. I don't know a great way around that other than just grabbing this, like grab this and go here. Maybe, can I drag straight to here? No, I don't want to copy you here. Like, that is not what we wanted. Not what we wanted. I don't know a great way to do that. I mean, I guess I could like right click and copy and go here. This doesn't feel great. Okay, we're uploading that. Let's try a hosted test. We haven't tried this. This is the thing we would need to actually do to make this work. Upload assets. I don't know what this is going to do. Okay, now what? What happened? Zip your assets and upload them to replace the current ones. You cannot submit your extension. I know, but how do you... Is that truly all you have to do is zip it? You're killing me. Building. Into a valid zip, retaining the directory structure. Files are placed in the root of the zip directory. You do not include non-essential files. That might have actually not worked. I wonder, is this truly in the root? It isn't. I think there's another folder inside. I'm not quite sure how Windows structures that. When you just do like the make the zip like that. Let's try it with the 7-zip. Wait, why did I have two? All right, get out of here. Get out of here. 7-zip. Add to this. Click in here. I don't know if they're in a folder that's inside there. You know, I don't know. I don't know hierarchically what's going on here. Okay, so I uploaded files. It doesn't show me what they are. Do I get an email? No. I wonder if it's happening now. Like, can I switch now to asset hosting? I guess move to hosted. I hope I can revert. I like this little Pac-Man loader. That's nice. I'm waiting for it to send me an email that that says that the directory structure is wrong, but okay, you can return to testing, so that's cool. Base URL. Okay, we're hosted on CDN now. So now if we go to, that's cool. So presumably if we go somewhere like this, and we do this, and we accept this, and I do some clicks. This is not working. This does not appear to be working. Heat is on. It's visible, but it's not working. There's the extension container. Extension overlays. Somewhere in here should be here's the iframe. Here's another iframe. This should be my stuff. A 404. Beautiful. What did we try to load? That kind of makes it seem like, I wonder if it takes a while or something. Okay, so we're just super broken right now. Yeah, great. Okay, everything's broken. Outstanding. Exactly what we wanted. Every single thing's broken. I get a 403. Maybe it takes a while for it to be CDNified or something. Better request. The request could not be satisfied. It's unsatisfying. Well, that sucks. That makes it seem like we're just totally broken at the moment. How can I know, though? It seems like it would be very helpful for me if it would... Oh, also, did this like mess up my whitelist? Man, this is weird. You gotta like run it totally all the time. Okay, I may have made a poor choice in doing this. Because it seems to not be working at all at the moment. Lana Lux and Ninja Bunny are streaming right now? So wait, was that a 404 I got or a 403? Let's dive into 11 iframes to try to figure it out. Oh, more iframes, great. Why is it seems like it renamed the files. Let's see. Let's try to do some weird stuff. Let's delete this. Maybe it's just the root directory thing. Oh, okay. Then I know. Then the secret is probably just to go in here, grab these, and do this. This is probably what we actually need to do. Right, of course. This makes way more sense. My fault. Let's do that. And now when we look in here, they're at the root. Okay. I thought it would like tell me that. It didn't. It didn't tell me that. Okay. Now we will do this again. Okay, that was my fault. That was on me. Of course it added the directory there because that's how I added it. What a foolish thing I've done. Now let's move to the hosted test. Let's delete this thing. Now let's go here. Now let's reflect. I'm glad I have dots all over my screen still. That's good. Maybe let's clear those so it's easier to tell what's going on. And now accept heat. Well, it seems broken, but in a different way. What? Refuse to execute inline script because it violates the following content security policy directive. I've never heard of that thing in my life. What do you know? So what's wrong? Refuse to execute. That's a new one. You cannot inline scripts. No Chrome extension. Okay. Wow. Who knew? Who knew that was true? Probably somebody. I don't remember seeing that documented anywhere, however. Okay, well, that's not a big deal, I guess. It's a little annoying. Means we just need to move all this elsewhere. Maybe we do this. How did I do that thing earlier accidentally? Where I had like a whole HTML blob. Yeah, this. I'll do that again. Come back. How did I do that? I want you, little snippet. Come back. Well, shoot. Let's just steal this one. Seems adequate. My theft did not go as planned. That's gonna be a little annoying, right? Because then I have different stuff in here. How do I want to do this? I guess between all these, the CSS would be the same. Is it gonna be mad at me for inlining CSS though? Is that a problem? Doesn't seem like it should be. Why do you keep unindenting that? Whatever. Okay, so we just need... How do we want to do this? Because we're probably going to have different scripts. You know what's weird? The Twitch extension example has a bunch of inline code. I guess we'll just have like scripts with a video overlay or something like that. video overlay JS and just have one for each. I don't know. I don't really like that, but hey. Excuse me. Oh, we got to move around the stupid manifest thing for right. It's not cross-origin. Cross-origin's about requesting files. This is about running scripts that are inline. This is some other security policy that I'm just not familiar with. Content security policy. So the issue is that it just doesn't want to run code that is in the HTML, seemingly, which, okay. Fine with me, I guess. This is still all a mess as well. I mean, I don't necessarily mind this. I don't feel super strongly about inlining stuff, but kind of weird. That'd be maybe more like a cleanup thing that I would normally do later. Okay, so you will get included in video overlay. I don't really care about having a CSS file. Sorry. I don't know about you, Visual Studio Auto Formatter. I don't like. I want this indented. Why do you undent this? You're making me mad. Okay, so does that make you happy? I guess we have to do that for everything. I don't love that. Definitely don't love it. I don't think we need any of this stuff. I mean, for small amounts of code, I normally think of it like, I misspelled that. Think of it as being like kind of better to inline. Just so you're not doing additional requests. Your JavaScript's just there, ready to go, but maybe I'm all wrong about that. How's that? That seems okay. That all makes sense, I think. And then this config, we didn't even do anything to this config yet. I don't think we've actually touched this, but let's just steal this. Because that's the actual config. I don't think we've done anything there. It's weird that it let this run when it wasn't hosted by them, but I guess I just don't know how that works. Okay, we don't have a clear button here. I don't know the function of app. I don't think we actually use it. So we have config. Okay, we have all this stuff now that seems like it works, but what we need to do is use the developer rig, I guess, to test it. This thing is actually part of the developer rig, I believe. So this should not be in here. Also, this client really should probably be its own thing. So let's pop this out here. Okay. We're probably gonna mess everything up. Open. Huh? Twitch is hosting my files, not host your front-end files. No, I want them to. So I need to undo that. Great, great, great. Piece of cake. That was where? Here, here. Okay, now we're good. Now we want heat. Our front-end files are here. Our back-end files are here. Host with rig. So we should be able to go here and see all three of those things. Why is that so big? Well, this seems broken. What did I do wrong? Why that doesn't work? Okay, well, anyway, we're hosting this stuff. Let's try to recreate them. For a logged in viewer, as me 64480. Okay. Excuse me? Oh, that's weird. Doesn't it host it from that directory? What are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. What's the problem here? You're not supposed to do this? Did I screw something up when I... Probably. I mean, almost certainly screwed something up. That... Maybe I should re-add the project. I don't understand why it's not hosting from here, though. I thought that's how it was working previously. Or at least that's how it seemed to be working previously, but... I'm up to date. I saw that there was a post about the Twitch developer backend getting a whole like total refresh, but not until after this contest is over. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Is it still where we want to be? I think. The front end command, front end folder, heat-twitch. What is this? Screenshot URLs. Vulcan CurseForge. Seems a little broken. Let's try to recreate it. This might have some secrets. Client ID, I don't think is secret. Secret is very secret. We can't look at that. Don't even try. Who do you think you are? Select the path. Overlay, podcaster. I think it worked. Why are you upset? Because I didn't let you see my secrets? Okay, now are we good? Yes, okay, we got clicks, great. Okay, add this other stuff. Config. Add this thing. Dashboard. You can have your own secrets. Okay, this loads. This loads. I don't see any horrible errors, so I'm gonna assume we're okay. So now we have no more inline JavaScript, because just heaven forbid that we do such a thing. So I think we can now not type in this window. Why can't I type in this terminal? Visual Studio Code, or we... Good grief. I don't think we can push from there until I set it up. How would we do that? Let's see. Git bash with putty. Configure Windows environment variable. Oh, the git SSH. That looks kind of annoying. Man. Git repository. Oh, I could do all that. I could be committing all that stuff here. Also, right? This button? This very button? I've not used any of this stuff. Is it a bad idea? Yeah, I have to set that up. Okay, well, maybe we would do that. That might be a little easier. I don't know if I trust it. That's kind of scary. Makes me a little nervous, but okay. Anyway, so we're good here, I believe. We just need to go back over yonder. And we already do it? Yes, so we just need to push. Nope, push. Okay, so we need to do the dumb zip thing yet again for the 12 millionth time. Make a zip file, push some more buttons. Oh no, the secret page. I think I actually hovered over that for 1 frame. My secret. You might have my secret for 1 frame. That's annoying. I accidentally showed the secret for 1 frame. I'm crying. Better make a new one? Yeah, I guess, just to be safe. What a silly thing to do. What a silly thing I've done here today. I don't even know how to... Can I even update the secret once it's done here? Wait, does it just stick the secret in here? Have I been exposing the secret every time I scroll through here? I don't think so. Okay, yeah, I have to... That means I have to set up the secret on Heroku again and all that stuff. Okay, well, let's just, Hi, I've exposed my secrets. Let me just swap out all the secrets everywhere, I guess. This secret's better anyway. That old secret sucked. This secret's way better. Anybody who stole that old secret, I frankly feel bad for you, because it's not a good secret. I need to go to Heroku. Probably the worst secret I've ever seen. Okay, where is that? Now we gotta go here, set environmental variables, reveal the config variables, edit, change the secret, save changes, okay. Secret change there, and I think the last place to change the secret, I can't believe I, like, revealed it for a single frame. Okay, I don't know if I can update the secret here, actually. I probably have to close this project and re-add it. Oh well. No biggie. Okay, maybe we're safe. I think it's still in my clipboard. Let me like copy something just to make sure I don't paste it accidentally. Okay, so I don't think I just showed it again, but maybe I did. Who knows? Who knows? Before we actually launch this thing, we'll change it. Just to be triple paranoid. Okay, so what were we doing? We were uploading a new zip, right? That was the whole thing that I did when I exposed myself. Why is it so hard to find? I think it's in here. And I think it is version assets. And we need to choose these and upload them yet again. Kind of annoying, Twitch, frankly. My changes have been saved. Okay, seems like I uploaded those. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the wrong thing to bring up. It's just secrets all over the place. Oh, wrong drive. Where are we? E. Okay, good. Yes, I think we're all good. Okay, so we did that. We're gonna move to hosted. Hopefully everything's great. Which would be here, here. Here, accept. Okay. Oh, I forgot I left all that logging in. Okay, so now my clicks should go through. No. Oh no. Internal server error. That means the secret's wrong. Did my secret not take effect? Oh, good grief. Okay, what's going on with the secret? I'm falling apart over here. Okay, go back here. Go to here. Go to settings. What a bad dashboard experience. Active more than 1 minute ago. It's active for 100 years. Did I actually save that on Heroku? Twitch heat, settings, reveal configuration variables. That looks like the new secret. And when I did that, it should have. Am I not my secret bad here? My precious secret. No, I got a thanks back. So why was it bad in the browser? Reload yet again. Open heat, accept. I'm not getting 500 errors, but I'm also not getting dots. Why would I not be getting dots? Oh, because the browser overlay is now looking at the wrong place too. Okay, we're making progress. Okay, I think we're good on those two repositories. Now we need to switch to this world, right? Here's the orb viewer is here. So this whole thing we have not yet added. Okay, so let's do that doesn't look good. Why is that blue? Because I couldn't load the video, that's why. Orbs. 28. Right, because we're not served by this anymore. So now we need to connect to actually we could find it on here, right? It's probably on here. Socket.io. Let's use this version. Okay, there's an orb. Now, can I click over here and see these orbs? The answer seems to be no. Why? Why is the answer no? Oh no. That got weird. I'm getting confused by what is on my screen and what is not on my screen. Local clicks are working here. It seems like we're not getting stuff from Heroku. Are we trying to connect to Heroku or are we connected to localhost? We're trying to connect to Heroku. That is seemingly working. We're getting it connected. What's missing here? This seems like it's sending successful clicks to Heroku. Is my channel ID wrong or something like that? How does this even work? We have to join a room based on the channel because I didn't feed it the channel. That's why, because it doesn't know the channel. Okay, so we go here and then we go not there at all. We go to somewhere else here. And now we give it a channel equals. Is it just channel? Okay, great. We made the guitar do the guitar thing. Lovely. Okay, so we have those clicks, and now if I stick this URL, we don't want to stick this URL anywhere. Okay, you're not able to click. I think maybe you can now. You might have to refresh, and maybe you'll see them in this window, but not in the normal viewer. But that's the next thing we'll do is host that. So these clicks, I think, should work from Twitch. This one? Yeah, these clicks are working. So I think if you refresh, you should be able to click. Possibly. Okay, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna refresh this, and I'm gonna turn off the audio and the camera, and I'm going to take a bathroom break and be back in a few moments. Don't draw anything offensive. Only draw like Minecraft creepers. G-rated, please. I thought I was going to come back to a masterpiece. What did I come back to? What did I find here? Is that another mine? Is that just the head of a Minecraft creeper? Okay, so we are okay. What something's going on over here? Good. Is this all working the way it's supposed to? This window's so tiny. I tried in my tiny window. That window's broken. I'll do it over here. I need to make that little click indicator visible over white. It's also freezing in this room. Pardon me. Wish I had like an actual heater and a thermostat, but hey, you can't all be fancy. I do have some errors over here. Why is that? Okay, so we have now, that's 2 repos that feel okay. We were about to do something with this repo. We really should make it, we should do something better than this where like you put in the channel ID or something where, Okay, I will put this, I will not put this. I should just let you know. Got an Arduino? I do. Not in my pocket, but there's probably like 10 in my closet. Do you want me to strap the Arduino to my face, and then whenever you click my face, rainbows will happen? Okay, so where are we in our cleanup? Well, it's built into the wall, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could like hack apart the wall built-in heater. I do plan to move from this place before too long, before I fully lose my mind. Okay, this is all in Heat Viewer world. Do we really have much cleanup to do here? We have, this one is like the video. This all actually goes in here, I think. This we don't even use before. This is for the musical guitar. That can be a separate thing for like the haunted room. We should just have a separate thing. Just annoying. Yeah, I forgot that. That's like a front end back end combo, unfortunately, which is slightly lame. Because the light is front end. I mean back endy, and the guitar we did front endy. Maybe somebody will find out a way to do that. That's less tedious. Okay. Just leave that alone for the moment and just make a we really should do something so I don't continually lose my mind. Actually, a lot of this code is probably almost identical, right? Like the stuff that goes on in here, as far as all this stuff, I mean, I guess it's not all this stuff. It's not that bad. Here I hard coded the channel. But here, let me get the channel like this. I guess I could make my channel the default channel. That seems reasonable as the author of this here thing. Will this work? not sure that that actually worked. That works. Okay, that'll do. We'll just make me default. I'll be the default forever. We really got to get this. It'd be nice to get this URL from somewhere. Somewhere that made more sense. But maybe we'll just have one. We really should. We should just have one shared JavaScript file that all these use that do the basic stuff here. That would probably make more sense. Or at least set up some of the basics. Okay, cool. So that seems okay. So let's make a GitHub repository for that stuff now. Oh no, I showed my history on the internet. Is there anything horrible here? Secrets, just secrets. Look at all the secrets. Don't look at that. Life is yours. Cover your eyes. I mean, I need my censorship filter to work so I can just click on it immediately. Repositories. I really do need to be careful. I'm about to, like, I'm going to very soon be starting a project that is so NDA'd that I would probably actually get in trouble if people knew about it. I have to be careful about that. Okay, so this is going to be Heat Viewer for now. This... this may just always stay on GitHub. We may just always host this here. I don't really have a reason to not to, I guess, because there won't be anything secret. That's the thing for front-end projects. Like, oh no, they saw the source code. Well, it was all, they could have seen it all anyway. Oops. What's wrong with you, Heat Ebbs? Heat Viewer. And then we shall do what? We should go in here in settings and say we don't need any of these things. All we want is this. And this presumably will take a moment. Actually, it may take longer than a moment because this has nothing in it. Didn't we like make a default one somewhere? No, here. Oops. I don't know why I'm doing that here when I'm just going to push it here, but hey, not you, get out of here. Why is it taking so long? Okay, how about now? Orbs. We have orbs. And those orbs should be responsive to this. Oops. Not you. You. If I go over here, turn on heat. Accept. Yes, here they come. Okay, cool. So that is good. This is now working. And so now I can stick this in that browser source instead of being served from Heroku. Which browser when Steam becomes active? Sure. So now, wait, go back here. Turn on heat. Am I getting sparkles? Actual proper sparkles? Yes. Cool. Okay, we are back to sparkling. Great. Great news. And does the video thing work? Well, we can do the video thing. It just means we have to turn off the camera and all that stuff. I don't think I want to do that right this second. Or do I? That would be, where would we go for that? That would mean we need to go to, I think I need to just refresh my dashboard. I don't like to do that because I lose chat. Hopefully nothing interesting was happening in chat. Okay, so now this is the video. It's gonna be not happy with us. Well, that was weird. Almost seemed like it allowed it. Okay, I need to turn video off over here. Deactivate the video. Now I can refresh this, get video, hit F11. I can go over here and I can turn on heat. Whoa, Life is Yours, was that you? Why did that already start? Who did this to me? Oh, the guitar is active. The light is not. Okay, that should probably be another repo where we set up some kind of headless thing. I don't know. I don't quite know what to do about that. I guess I could bother to learn to play audio on Windows from Node. It's just annoying. It's an annoying thing. I don't want to. Look what you're doing to my closet. Looks like a portal. I like that. I'll do the kitchen. I guess we don't really need the sparkles on simultaneously, right? Wish I could do all this in OBS. It's just a little annoying. I guess I can keep working. I can, here's what I can do now. Since I have this TV up over here, I can put myself on this here television over yonder. And then I can switch to the TV capture instead. And then I'm not using my desktop. Does it still work? Yes. And now there's a giant me on the TV over there. Oh no, but with the camera blown out this much, you can see all the stuff in my closet. Oh man. I like it when the camera's darker and you can't see all that stuff. How embarrassing. I guess I could turn out the lights a little bit. What can you see in there? You can see what brand of detergent I use. This is an embarrassment. Don't look in my private personal closet. Everybody got to see my secrets on this stream. Got to see in my closet. This performance, this video doesn't look too bad. Basically everything, you've seen it all. I might as well take my clothes off and then blur it out. The video doesn't look too bad captured from the browser. Sorry, the light is not turned on. We can make a different repo for that. Right now that's with the EBS. It shouldn't really be. We need to make a repo for the Unity project. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Are people gonna like this just to be able to click on stuff? People seem to like to click things. I was thinking of something weird that we could do that would be really easy with this exact same distortion effect, is to have what just looks like water, and as you would click, it would look like land was growing out of it. It would be not complicated to do that, or some version of it. Okay, let's get back to boring work. I'm gonna turn this off for now, I think. Guess I'll leave that on, and then I can come back here. Activate you. Hello, it's me. Fix the gain. I don't know why. Can't you just leave the gain alone, Windows? Just don't ever touch it. Bubbles? We could blow bubbles, and then you could blow bubbles and pop bubbles if there was already a bubble there. You could have a little bubble bobble battle. You could leave food that a little baby could eat. But today's supposed to be cleanup day. It's cleanup day. We're getting tidy today. Cleaning house on Sunday. So the Unity one is really just like, should I have added get ignores for these other things? I don't think so. We'll get a get ignore for the Unity project. Viewer doesn't really need it because we don't have anything that needs to be ignored. Same thing with that really, because they're just also front-endy. So in here we will want a I don't want that. I want one less level of hierarchy. Oh, come on. What are you talking about? Is it mad just because Visual Studio is even open? Great. Then I could have just said delete that. Get out of here. Get out of my life. Did I delete something I didn't mean to delete? Okay. Great. Visual Studio. Okay, back in Unity World. All this stuff should still work and be fine, right? Maybe we test it before we commit to anything. Oculus, why are you open? Get out of here. Oh no, our private conversation on Discord was exposed in a tiny way. Now I clicked something I didn't mean to delete. Oh no. Oh no. What are I've turned on general, I turned on voice on Discord. Stop. How do we undo it? Oh no. Okay. Phew. Good grief. Computers are complicated machines. I know, are not safe. Yes, your not safe for work channel was momentarily shown on stream. Definitely gonna get flagged. Great. Okay, what did we, I don't know what we're doing now. We were gonna just make a get ignore for you. And we'll steal one. Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, we were gonna make sure that actually works. Sure. Okay, so I don't think we need this at the moment because that's all uploaded and seemingly working, right? So let's let's open. This doesn't exist anymore. Get out of here. Go. Be gone. That file, isn't that file gone? Did I accidentally not copy it? Oh no, I just left it there. Okay, well. Unity, I changed my mind. Okay, this doesn't need to exist. Let's delete 1 trillion files. Great. So, try again. I still forgot to download the newest Unity. A new one came out like yesterday or 2 days ago. 2018.3.5? Even 2018.3.5 is out? Is that right? This is the newest one we have. This will be fine for our needs at this moment. Okay, the heat stuff's working. We're hosted by Twitch now, which we've moved forward in the world with that. And we're kind of hosted. We've at least separated the extension backend stuff. Now, does this work? No, because it doesn't work, because I need to also run the bridge. So we need to... That's not right at all. Okay, that is our bridge. Now we run this. Now? Yes, okay. We're in good shape with fireworks. Man, this makes me want to play that marching band music again. Okay, and that is just clicking on the video, so we're good. We don't really need to do anything fancy with this. We just want version control just to, you know, for when I break something horribly. So whoa, what's wrong? Whoa, well, okay, great. We got some fun line ending stuff going on, but that's fine. Oh yeah, of course there's a million files in there because I have a node. Wait. We don't want that at all. We need another get ignore. Can you have multiple get ignores? I want multiple get ignores. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I'm going to do it. Okay, because we don't want all those node modules. We need a separate get ignore because part of this, we have this like node backend in it. So we will need to find a node get ignore. Steal this. Let's taking its sweet time down there. And then inside here, I think you can do this. It seems like a thing you should be able to do, right? Okay, now let's try get init and a get add dot And now a git commit am. Now we can go over here. I wish that you could have, oh, you can. I was going to say, I wish you could have folders, but hey, right here. Is heat even a thing anymore? Can I like not have it in this folder? Maybe not. Like that'll just show everything and then, okay, sure, whatever. Is this even a valid thing at this moment? I don't think it is. Is that a Git repository? Shouldn't be. Okay, so now we just want, what? We need to set that out on the GitHub and do another remote. Where are my repositories? Just let me, just let me make it easy. Okay, heat, unity. That's fine. And now don't do it there. Why didn't that work? I feel like you can normally do that. Nope. Okay, so what's your problem? Okay, this is much more tidy. The thing that's missing then, let's see. We do still have that demo client just crammed in with inside here, and that does not feel great. Oh, and all the light bulb stuff. That's stuff that does not belong in here. Okay, I don't know how much of this will actually keep this way, but for the moment. Because that is just a goofy client that the only purpose was to get the light bulb working. So let's take all that stuff out of here. What is this? We don't need this anymore, right? So I think we just have a bunch of packages we don't want. So and who could be calling me at this moment? And we don't actually need WebSocket, I don't think. That's the wrong thing. Okay, we do need .end, we do need Express, we need JSON. Okay, I think we do need all that stuff. So this can go. Just because we don't need that stuff once it goes to Heroku or AWS or wherever the heck this stuff is going to live. Pardon me. Let's take a gander at this front end, actually. Like, what are we actually missing here? Not you, you. What do we actually need before we feel like we're done with this for Twitch? We need some kind of config, but maybe we don't. Maybe there actually won't be a config. I guess if we do something where you could monetize, we'd have a way to turn that on and off. Similarly for the live config, I don't even know if it makes sense to have the clear button, actually. Because we may not do stuff that persists anymore. We'll probably make it where stuff fades out over time. So maybe that'll go away. And then this thing, we may be pretty close on this stuff. We want to draw the click a little better. There's work to do for sure. It'd be great if this URL came from somewhere other than here. It would be nice if we pulled that from some kind of configuration something. Okay, let's tidy up this client. This seems like a lot of repositories. You really need this many? Maybe. So we can have like the headless node client separate, I guess. I guess, because we might want to do other weird stuff in this. So this will just be sort of the headless node client, and in which case we need to like fix it all again. And get the light clicking working once again. So this will need an npm init. And it will need an npm install what? Do we need WS on that? I guess I should have checked that. I don't think we did. For the real web server service. I guess we'll find out if everything stops working. Turn this back on. Does this work? Yes, I am getting sparkles. Great. Okay. What are you talking about? I don't understand why. What this happened last time we tried this? What else do we need? We need socket client. I don't think that's the name of that, is it? Socket.io client and TP-Link might be all we need for this thing. I don't know if that IP is right. So now we can do, we want to get ignore. Steal it from the Unity one we just did. Not you though, this one. And then we can do in here, add a dev. Let's add nodemon npm install save dev nodemon. Okay, and then let's add. Ooh, what's it gonna do if I have changes? Be upset, perhaps. Okay, add a dev that will be nodemon index.js client.js actually. Whoops. And now let's switch over here. And can I click the light? I can. The thing that would be cool, yeah, it just sounds like such a hassle. But like the cool thing, like you were suggesting, Life of Yours, is make some kind of Electron app where you can just break the screen into a grid and just say do whatever behavior based on wherever you're clicking on the screen. That would be cool. I'm clicking the guitar again. Okay, so that thing works. I guess we will also add this to Git. Just so we have a million new repositories on GitHub. That's a lot of repositories. I kind of want to add one more too. That's like the master one. Electrons, I know. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like it's definitely not for this first thing. We gotta like narrow the scope on this a little bit. Like figure out exactly what we're delivering. Because again, this thing is, what do we have? Kind of 2 weeks. Where's the contest? It's featured. What else? What else is online? There's a lot of new ones. Skills for students. Student-focused skills. I could build an Alexa skill that helped people cheat. I wouldn't do that. What is MSG? MSG? 10,000 Gs for the first prize. No, 5,000. MESG. Oh, is this some crypto thing? You're out of control with your caps. What is this? Sounds like a crypto thing, kind of. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. That was not helpful. What are you? Build applications connecting any technology. That sounds kind of cool. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for assuming it was crypto, just because other things seemed very crypto-y. Connecting any technologies. Sounds serious. Technology agnostic network of services. Blockchains, web services, databases, notifications, business logic, Internet of Things devices. Well, I should just add that to this thing we're already building. Are awesome repository. Blockchain, blockchain. Find locations of IP addresses. Ooh, I need that. I wanted, if I do that globe thing. Does it cost money? Is it free? That could be kind of cool. What do I have to do? Message will be spanning the globe with its first ever online hackathon. We'll be bringing together hundreds of developers from around the world for a month-long hackathon. Oh, this is almost done. This is almost finished. This has like a week left. Innovation, I know. Innovation is great. Love innovation. Developers will compete for the most innovative and creative apps built on messages thing. Well, can I do it and use that other thing? Like that location thing? You don't have to win to get paid. I'm vaguely interested in this, but we're already committed and this thing's done in a week, right? Like, oh, tokens. Oh, that's why it sounds crypto-y, because they pay you in tokens. So it is crypto. It's, okay. I think I take away my apology. Okay, what were we doing? What am I looking at? It's just, oh yeah, I totally forgot what I was doing. I got distracted. Life is yours. I meant to go here and try to figure out the actual timeline of this. We have 16 days left for this. So to me, that sounds like we can screw around and keep doing like goofy stuff for a week, and then we got to get serious and be like, okay, these are requirements to launch this thing, and not just goofy. Like we'll like try to move forward, but I'm trying to, like, my gut tells me, oh, the OBS scene. You're right. I didn't switch back to this. How long have I been on this? How long have I been just on this video feed? Did I just switch here because I was... Oh, I just switched here because I was testing the light. It hasn't been that long. I was looking at the internet, that's all. I went to DevPost a long time. Man, I just went to DevPost to look up a contest, the AWS one, and I got distracted by another one, but it doesn't matter. It was not important. It was just another hackathon. Okay, so we need to... Maybe we'll do one of these things. We got 16 days to submit. So that sounds okay. Let's do a little more tidying. Maybe we'll have some other options in that. Oops. Where am I? I have a rogue missing window. Where is it? It's over there. I need some kind of alert to let me know when I'm pointing at the wrong thing. Like, this is a nice window. Very good. Okay, great. Thanks, Windows. Okay, this is our last repo for today. I don't even want to make this many, but... Did we do all the stuff we meant to do in here? Do this. That was weird. Why was there a weird line break in that? Is that bad? That doesn't seem good. Oh, that's just how the terminal's breaking it. Great. Excuse me, I have a slightly runny nose from my cold room. Okay, we got all this stuff now. Can we push? We made so many repositories. Maybe someday they will all become secret. Some of them can be secret, some of them don't have to be. Really, they kind of all can be right now, except for the 2 browser-based ones. Did I make this one secret or not? I don't remember. Are you secret? You can be private. Is that not what this is called? No, that's not what you're called. You're called Heat Client. Excuse me. You're private. You're private. This can be private. These 2 cannot be private. Danger zone. Okie dokie. How long are we going? 2 hours? Which means Backblaze is probably gearing up to ruin my life. Probably already did. Probably missed it. Okay, so... Well, that was productive. I know that was probably a boring stream, but... Or is a boring stream so far, but we made all this stuff way more tenable to build on moving forward. I kind of want to... I sort of fear that there'll be too many secret things on the screen. I kind of want to try to go through and do an Elastic Beanstalk setup. Just to try it. Just to push this thing to Elastic Beanstalk. Is there a way to do it straight from Git? Or to client? EB init, EB use prod, EB deploy, sounds like a pain in the butt. Oh, maybe I won't do, wait, why not what? Why not do it on stream? Partially it seems really tedious and boring and I don't really want to do it right now. I could do something else instead. Add Beanstalk? I will need to. I will need to do that. I'm just not set up for it at the moment. Because that is, if I'm gonna just deploy, because we got to use AWS, right? So I've got a first round will be deploy our existing client, our existing, whatever you want to call it, backend, extension backend service, deploy that thing. I wonder how all this stuff is going to work though. Like some of this stuff, I guess we're not using anything Node or Heroku specific. I wonder how that works. I'm not the first one to wonder. Like we need environmental variables and all that stuff. You can also configure environment variables needed by your application and enable log rotation, etc., etc. Oh yeah, we just have a lot of stuff we would need to. It's just stuff I'm not super familiar with, and I know it's kind of my signature thing to get on stream and do stuff I don't know how to do, but I usually have a vague idea how to do it, and I just haven't been through that at all, and I feel like it's just going to take a while to set up. That just won't be. They'll be kind of boring and tedious, and lots of forms, lots of Amazon forms. What do we want to do otherwise? Some of these things like, we should control some of this stuff. I don't know why it's so big. Like this extension, more boring than you? Why are you awake? What time is it there? This stuff all seems like it's working okay. The thing that's just gonna really suck is like we can get, so first we have to jump through all the hoops to get, oh, it's only 1 a.m.? We have to jump through all the hoops to get our EBS running on Elastic Beanstalk. And that'll be annoying, whatever, we'll get it done. And then the part that is gonna extra suck, I fear, is getting all the Redis stuff set up. So what I'm hoping though is that we can get it all set up with our public Redis initially, and then once we're happy with that, we will move over to using the Elasticache, I think it's called, the Elasticache Redis. We still have cleanup to do. I mean, today was just like architecture and structural cleanup, but we have so much code cleanup to do. Like this thing, this file, woof. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can just delete all this stuff that I've commented out, because I don't think we're going to use WebSockets with this. We switched to Socket.io. I don't think we're going to use any of this stuff. And this could be useful in the future someday, I guess, as a way to like broadcast back to the Twitch clients. It's just not great. And like this queue of messages. I think I'm just gonna ditch this, because if I really needed it, I could go back to the commit history, which means we don't really need generate token, but I think I'm gonna keep it around. Draklin, you're just in time for nothing, for me to delete some files. I was almost gonna finish. I didn't do anything exciting today except for clean up these messy projects and make a bunch of Git repositories. But it feels a little better because it's getting gross because we just had stuff all over the place. Okay, this is pretty tiny. Like our backend service is tiny. This function we're not even using at the moment. I'm gonna keep it, I think. Man, it was so hard. It was so hard to get it to work, but I'm gonna delete it because we're not using it right now. We still have it. We will have it in our Git history. What are you mad about? Is this a dumb line ending problem? This is all the Socket.io setup. That was all very easy. We don't need this console logging. We need to start returning real errors. That is a thing we do need to do. Draklin, what is happening today? What are you doing today? We need to return real errors. We need to also throttle the user input. Smart. So just cause errors, like just. The thing is these errors we're throwing now are just kind of like they'll just return 500 errors. They're not really working. We need to get boom back in the mix, I think. We're actually not using a fair number of these. I think I am supposed to be using that though. Oh, no, that was in generating the token. We really just have to verify. We don't really need that. This bearer nonsense, who needs that? That's something we do in here? Yeah, that's in here. What are you mad about? Oh, those are just changes, okay. We don't queue clicks anymore. Thanks, I guess, is still a valid thing to send, sure. This is what we actually send out to our socket clients, which I think is safe to do here. This is where we need like real error here. And here. We may not do this clear thing. I don't know. I think I also maybe want to restructure it so channel comes first. I don't know. We could also do something crazy where like we just, if it was a variable, we would just send that variable through and you could like sort of send whatever you wanted to the front end, but I don't know that we'll need to do that. We may just not do this clear thing. Owner and client, we are just not using currently. We're actually not using request. Let's kind of scope these things a little. Because I'll probably break these into individual files at some point. We don't need a comment there, just listen. Create the server here. Ah, that gets a little weird, right? Because we had to create it and then feed it there. Oh, I'm gonna ignore that for the moment. I don't even think Redis key is actually a thing that we're defining at an environment level. And really all that stuff is for socket.io, and secret is just for the JWT. Right? I thought there was some kind of shorthand for this. Like, do I have to create a server? Let's see, socket.io with Express. Seems a little verbose. Well, no, that is how they do it. I wonder what happens if you start listening first. I feel like we did that and it ruined everything. True or false? No. Fun. Just put in the fun command. That seemingly started, like it didn't explode. All these places we need to actually be returning. Throwing real errors. In fact, why am I not? When we call verify token, there is an error. Why am I just not logging that? I'll figure that out later. Okay, I think this works. I think it's okay to do this. I guess we could test. I think we're okay. Because that's how they did it in the example, right? Where was my example? What did I just lost it? Oops. Yeah, they listen before. Well, they do this first, actually. Does it matter the order that you add it? Makes me a little scared. I'm too scared. Because I kind of feel like we had it the other order and it was a bad idea. I don't know. I don't know really how we're going to split this up. Maybe we won't. Maybe it's small enough that we'll just leave it like this. What? Oh. Maybe it won't run. I've ruined it. HTTP, create server. We did require HTTP. Or request. Alright. What do we require? Is that in request? Oh, that's how they did it. I see. Okay. Sure. I should test it locally, but no one's actually using this, so it would not be horrible if I ruined it all. No, it's too horrible anyway. I just pushed, didn't I? That's right for that. No. What is the app called? It's called that. Okay. Oops. No. Okay, wait. Keep that up. Let's do this over here. Get push Heroku master. Okay, so we'll test that. We'll make sure we can click. That might be all for today. That might be all we do today. Maybe I'll stream more later. I feel like I need a break. Need to walk around, eat some snacks, something like that. But to test this, we will go out with some fireworks, I think. Was that okay? Okay, we appear to be listening. So if I go over here and I refresh this, I accept. Do I have the sparkles turned on? I do. There's the sparkles. We can see all the data coming in because am I logging stuff? Because I didn't mean to deliberately, or that's just normal requests. Is that bad? Is it bad? That seems less bad to me. So like we're doing this by every click is an HTTP request. And that seems like it can just be fast and easy, right? Like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Especially if we throttle people. I think it's okay. Okay, so that is truly running on Heroku. The assets are truly hosted on Amazon now. And is that all? Right? And we made a bunch of repositories. We cleaned stuff up. I think stuff is still pretty messy in these other projects. But at least they have some degree of sanity now. We can start to break them apart a little bit. I want to do a musical thing, but I think I'm going to do it in Unity instead. I think. I think that's all. I have to pee again, and I don't know what else to say. I have to pee again. That's all. That's all I can say. Let's just have a quick validation of fireworks by going into Unity. No, just complete it. Okay, and going into server and going into an npm run dev. That stuff's all connected. That connected us here via Socket.io. Cool. And now can I click over here and see fireworks? I wish the, how about a queue buffer that constantly shifts as messages come in and it will take the last entered message in the buffer as it fills up? Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So by doing the, so that's what I did first, is to have a message queue and then process that message queue. But now that we're using Redis, everything that comes in, we just say broadcast with Socket.io. But since we're using that Redis adapter, it's just a giant in-memory cache. So those messages will just get put into that cache and then get read by the individual clients and then broadcast to the broadcaster. So I think we're good on that. I guess I was just debating whether individual HTTP requests were the fastest, or by having everybody connect via Socket.io and communicate over sockets. But my assumption is that a ton of individual HTTP requests are going to be fine and will be less annoying than dealing with Socket.io problems, you know, like then dealing with you know, reconnecting, disconnecting, all this stuff if we had a persistent connection. So I don't think we want to be persistent. And also, I was just thinking of something. That's a little annoying. I was going to try to make a little sort of bubbly thing where you could click and pop bubbles, but that would mean that the bubbles couldn't move because of the delay. The delay kind of sucks. No, I love Socket.io, but I don't necessarily want to be responsible for thousands of Socket.io connections in Twitch when it could just be like just open a URL, you know? Like, so all I have to do is send a URL request anytime anybody does something, and I think that's fine, and I think it's fast enough. Because there doesn't need to be any back and forth communication. And I will throttle the users at some point where everybody can only click, I don't know, 4 times a second, something like that. But I think that's fine. I think that's right. I think a bunch of individual HTTP requests will be not a problem. I'll leave a backdoor for Draclin. We'll have some sort of secret way that he can inject whatever data he wants. Ooh, maybe I should backdoor it for me also, so I can just inject things into anybody's stream that I want. Anybody who used the extension, I could just like simulate a bunch of clicks simultaneously. That would be dastardly. No, it's specifically just for Draclin. Just like on Discord, there's Draclin's car and only Draclin goes in there, and you have your room and only you go in there. Like, people will just naturally respect that. We don't have to worry about that. People on the internet are respectful. There's no chance that they would ever abuse it. Okay, well, no, I'm not really gonna leave a Draclin backdoor. Or will I? I'll have a me backdoor. And like, the security is not really a problem. We're using that JSON web token thing, so that should be relatively secure for stuff actually coming out of Twitch. And that is, no, you couldn't. Everything that the server listens to has to be signed with that token. So it should be pretty secure in that way. The reason he can cheat right now is that he's sending it like through the actual function, through the actual extension. But the throttling will happen server side. Yeah, no, we can't. You won't be able to. The way that it will work for real is that in here, anytime a click comes in, like this is where we get our clicks, the first thing we do is verify the token. It's a JSON web token, and inside that JSON web token, it tells you the stuff. Like, it tells you like, hey, I'm a valid click. Where is that? Yeah, this is where we verify it. And we could, let me think about that. Let's see, let's look at we could even make this slightly more secure and simplify it a little bit. Actually, now that I think about it, let's see. Somewhere in here is the JSON web token format, this thing. The JWT schema. An expiration date. Yeah, that's what we should do. Some of these things, like, man, we could even take into account the role of the person. So right now we are getting the channel ID. So there is some possibility that you could click to another channel with a valid token, but you'd still be throttled. But maybe what we'll do is make it so that the channel ID itself comes from the token instead of from the URL. And then you could never talk across channels unless you like hacked Twitch's JSON web token setup, I guess. I should probably do that. Let's add it to do. Okay, life is yours. Have it your way. We won't be able to spam other people's channels. Draclin won't be able to write Scott made this on every channel on Twitch. So in here, when we got the... after we verify the token, inside the payload, we would get the channel from that instead. Yeah. So that should be pretty easy. An electron. You forget, no electron. Oh, so the option is actually, that will be part, for the normal extension, the control of it, Twitch provides that. So you can customize, let's see, in the developer rig, you can, for customization options and stuff like that, you can give additional views. Like we have a configuration view that shows up when you install the extension and you can config things there. And then there's the dashboard view that shows up like when you're in the live stream dashboard, so you can mess with stuff there. So we'll have some options there. I don't really know how much I want to add there. Okay, I know I need to take a bathroom break, and I think I'm just gonna stop anyway. We covered ground today, almost 3 hours of cleaning up and tidying. It was probably a very boring stream, but thank you, Life is Yours, for hanging out. Thank you, Draclin, for stopping by. Thank you, anybody else who took a look. I'm thinking maybe I'll stream again later today, and it might be boring again as we work on back-end stuff, but we'll get back to making weird things very soon, I assure you. Goodbye.